Maya, Saima. Our topic is how to deal with criticism and use it to improve. Criticism is an inevitable part of life, whether in personal relationships, education, or professional growth. While it can sometimes feel uncomfortable or discouraging, criticism also holds the potential to become a powerful tool for self improvement. The key lies in how we perceive and respond to it. By developing the right mindset, we can transform criticism from something negative into an opportunity to grow, learn, and become better versions of ourselves. Now we will start to discuss with Sesimen. Hello, how are you, Christine?
Hey there. Good to be chatting again.
Yeah.
What's on your mind today?
My first question is, why do people often feel hurt or defensive when they receive criticism?
Ah, that's a good one. It's kind of a messy thing, isn't it? I think a lot of it boils down to like our brains being wired for survival. Criticism, even constructive, can feel like a threat, a hit to our ego, or even our social standing. It activates that fight or flight response, you know? So defensiveness is almost a knee jerk reaction. And then there's the whole thing with identity. Um, we all build up this sense we are. And how
Okay.
about that?
Okay. My next question is, what is
That
the
be
difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism?
Gotcha. Okay, that's a really important distinction. Totally. So, constructive criticism is at its
Yusuf साहब ने बेटा मौसम
right.
Yusuf साहब ने मैंने दसा. Yes,
Okay,
tell
I'm
me.
tracking. All right. So, what are you hoping I can give you? Just want to make sure I'm
Okay,
on the
no,
same
next question
page.
is,
It sounds like
how can you?
keep.
Okay, wait.
Okay, cool. How can you?
Yes, ask. I'm asking, what is the difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism?
You're right to bring me back to that. My apologies. I totally lost track there. It's kind of like my brain went on a little tangent. Okay, so constructive versus destructive criticism. Where was I? Right. Constructive criticism is at its core focused on the behavior or the work itself, not the person. Specific offer suggestions for
Wait,
improvement. Hmm? Did I say something wrong? Just want to check in. You seem to say 나는 오고는 난리 끊임성이다. Is that correct? Just want to make sure I understood you. Okay. Cut the oil.
but uh,
Checking to see.
okay,
Understood.
how can you identify whether criticism is useful or not?
It's a really good question. It's not always straightforward, is it? I think uh I don't know if
WhatsApp
it's
कितने होना
totally valid to not know,
इजाज भाई
right?
निकाला इन्हें
It's a skill,
WhatsApp आया नहीं.
honestly. Figuring out if criticism is worth paying attention to. So if you're feeling unsure, what usually helps is to try and separate the delivery from the message itself. Is it being delivered calmly, with specific, or is it just a blanket statement that feels attacking? That's a good first
Okay,
clue.
my next
But
question.
let's say that.
Next question is,
All right, shoot.
what are some healthy ways to respond to criticism?
Okay, good one. That's the $1 million question, right? It's so much easier said than done. I think the first step, and it's really hard, is just pausing, not reacting immediately, just taking a beat to process what was said, then asking clarifying questions like, could you give me a specific example of what you mean? That buys you time to think and
Everyone
also
on
shows the other person you're
Graphicswali,
genuinely trying to
Zulfiqar Wali,
understand.
हमारी class
And
का
then,
and also that. So
It's okay to.
हरीम आप सवाल
Okay.
So,
My next question is, how can emotional intelligence help in dealing with criticism?
okay, now we're talking. That's a really insightful question. Thank you guys. So, pretty crucial when it comes to because at its core, emotional intelligence is about understanding your own emotions and the emotions of others. So, when someone gives you criticism, if you're emotionally intelligent, you're more likely to be able
जैसे
to
कुछ लोग हमारे ऐसे हैं कि उनके इंटरव्यू जो है ना अपडेट जा रहे हैं ना, मतलब इंटरव्यू अपडेट
that.
उस सूरत में जा रहे होंगे कि जो हमारा तरीका है वो यही।
Oh, okay. So you're preparing for an interview and planning to provide an update. Is that
Okay,
right?
my next question is, why is it important to listen carefully before reacting to criticism?
That's a really solid question. It feels simple, but it's surprisingly easy to mess up. I think the biggest reason to listen carefully first is to make sure you actually understand what's being said. So often we're already formulating our defense while the other person is still talking. And if you're reacting before truly listening, you might be arguing against something they didn't even mean. Plus, listening carefully helps you pick up on the nuances, the tone of voice, the body language that can give you clues about their intent. It can turn a potentially hostile interaction into a productive conversation.
Okay. Can criticism ever be reflection of the person giving it rather than the person receiving it? How?
Whoa, that's deep and absolutely yes, 100%. Criticism can be way more about the person delivering it than the person receiving it. It's like people often project their own insecurities, biases, and past experiences onto others. If someone's really quick to jump down your throat, it might say more about their own need to feel superior or their own anxieties about failure, you know? Or sometimes people criticize others because they see something in them they wish they had themselves. It's rarely purely objective. It's filtered through their own worldview. Does that make sense?
How can criticism help in building resilience and growth and a growth mindset?
Okay, now you're asking the really good stuff. Criticism, when handled well, can be a seriously powerful tool for growth. Like the key is framing it not as a personal attack, but as information. It's data, right? It can help you identify blind spots, areas where you need to improve, or habits that are holding you back. And if you have a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities aren't fixed, but can be developed through dedication and hard work, then criticism becomes less threatening and more motivating. It's like, okay, this isn't great, but what can I learn from this? Resilience gets built because you are learning to bounce back from setbacks and use them as stepping stones.
Okay. Thank you very much for
Okay.
giving answer. In the end, the criticism is not something to fear, but something to understand. When approached
That's a beautiful.
when approached with an open mind and a willingness to learn, it becomes a stepping stone towards growth and success. Instead of letting criticism bring you down, use it as fuel to refine your skills, strengthen your character, and move forward with greater confidence. Growth begins when we choose to learn, even from the toughest feedback.
Wow.
Okay.
That's really well said.
Yeah. Thank
You
you so much for.
clearly thought a lot.
Okay. See you
Oh,
next.
all right. Well, you're very. Sounds good. Talk to you later. Have a good
Assalamu
one.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam.